Hello.
Hello.
We are going to talk about an interesting dynamic that happens in many couples, where the woman tries to become the manager of the relationship. She succeeds or she does not succeed, but she's going to try anyway.
Yes.
And I have seen many situations in the United States, for example, I've seen as a predominant situation. The woman on the street with the kids, with the stroller, with the, we go to that restaurant, to that, you can see in her body language that she's arranging and fixing everything. And the man next to her is absent.
Mm-hmm.
He's like a ghost,
Yeah.
passive. And I'm like, what's going on there? And that's so predominant that it bothers me.
Yeah.
How is it in Sweden?
I see a little bit of the same in Sweden. Maybe not exactly the same, but very many times the woman is the boss in the house, and the guys, when you ask them, should we go for a beer on Friday? Well, I have to ask the government. Then you know who's in charge.
The government.
Yeah. And it was actually this American journalist that came to Sweden, and he asked, I've seen so many guys with strollers. What's the thing with all the gay nannies? It's not gay nannies, it's actually their fathers.
Oh, so their attitude, they look like they are not masculine enough. Is that the point?
Yes. Yeah.
Okay,
They look
see.
like small boys.
Ah.
And the mothers are in charge.
I understand
So
now.
it's a
I
very,
understand.
very common dynamic that the woman takes care of the social calendar and manages the house. Even if the guy is really powerful at work every day, he comes home and he becomes like a son. Yeah.
It's funny, in Romania, where I grew up, where it's more of a macho culture and men do not give up their roles too easily, the woman still tries to take over by becoming very nagging.
Mm-hmm.
So in a way or another, the woman tries to take over.
Yeah.
And this is a dynamic that starts in the dating phase.
Mm-hmm.
And I can explain why, because I really thought about it. In the dating phase, the women believe that men do not know what they want.
Mm-hmm.
And actually women even say that the man does not know what he wants, therefore you have to take charge and show him the way, sort of.
I think it's after starting dating. Do we want to be together or not? Is that what you mean?
Is the fact that the man is slower in warming up in his heart, so he seems to be a little bit hesitant, maybe a little bit hot and cold, like he does not pursue full strength.
Yeah.
And she believes that he doesn't know what he wants.
Yeah.
So she takes over, with initiating dates and stuff. How is that? How does it feel for you? Because I think men are very smart.
As a man, generally we know what we want. Sex or relationship, we know that quite early.
Okay.
But then the question is this the right woman? Then we become slow.
Okay.
And the technical side of it is that, as we all know, the sexual energy in a man is going outward, and in you you're receptive to it. But in the heart case, it's the opposite. You are outgoing in the heart, and we are receptive.
Yes.
So we have to be turned on in the heart by you.
Yes.
And it takes longer time.
Yes, it does. It does.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's funny that the woman sees the man, she knows she wants him, she knows the names of the kids and the date of the marriage, and the guy has no clue about that. All the guy knows is that I want to see her one more time,
Yeah.
Now, all this attitude for a woman is like, why isn't he doing something, because she arrives much faster.
Yeah.
And because of this, women feel that they have to take over.
Yeah. And the important thing for you women to know, this makes me as a man lazy and even slower.
How about how does it play into your masculinity?
Well, it emasculates me. I become like a son or like an assistant, or I would use when I was married. I used to say I was like a delivery person. I had to deliver to her, you know, instead of being a man doing my thing. Yeah?
So this dynamic that we have in the beginning phases of the dating, it goes into the dating, and we carry it with us into the relationship.
Yeah.
So the man either gives in and he becomes absent and lazy,
Yes.
or he does not give in and she becomes very nagging.
Yeah. Very common dynamic, and I think we all know it, don't we?
How does the sex dynamic work in this kind of situations?
That's very interesting. Because attraction and good energy vibes between two people comes from the polarization between the male in me as a man and the female energy in the woman. And when a woman becomes the manager, she switches into her male and is in competition with my male. For short term, it might be an attraction there, but long term, it just dies. It becomes like, very many couples say it like this: our marriage with the kids and the house has become a project. This is the sign that you are depolarized. Yeah.
Yeah. When this mother-son dynamic is at play, then you know the man can be very fond of his mother, but he doesn't have sex with his mother.
No.
And on the other hand, what happens with the woman, for example, with me, I lose trust in the guy.
Yeah.
I lose trust that he's a good leader for me.
Yes.
For me to have sexual desire for a man, I have to be in awe with him. You know,
Yeah.
I have to look up to him like he's close to being a god or something, you know. And when I perceive him like a child, that's definitely not attractive at all.
Yeah. But we have in our society today is very much 50-50. We have become so equal, and we have misunderstood what equality really is. So we have lost the whole connection and the whole polarization.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's true.
So it almost sounds strange when you say that, because we're supposed to be like friends, and it doesn't work. We all know that.
Yeah, I mean there are many sexless marriages,
Sure.
or sex is not satisfactory,
Yeah.
or sex is too little.
Yeah.
That's why we are cheating.
Yeah.
A lot of problems come from
I think
there.
we all know this one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So let's see what should we do. Like let's see some quick pointers. What needs to be done so the woman does not become the manager of the man?
Well, for the woman, I would say, when you see a lack of initiative from your husband or your date, wait with filling it. Wait a little bit. Let him fill it himself. And even if it takes days, let him feel the lack of a new date, or the lack of the good food, or the new fridge, or whatever. Let him feel the lack.
This is very good. I call it void of masculinity.
Yes.
I used to fill up this void, you know,
Yes.
because we feel like we're capable women, right? We are definitely strong and capable women.
Yes.
So if something is not done that he should, like it would be his role to do it, we tend to step in and to do it ourselves, like organizing something, for example. But that, I mean, and I've done it a lot, but now I'm not doing it anymore.
Yeah.
So I feel the void of masculinity, no problem.
Yeah.
I step back,
Great.
let it be.
Yeah.
It's very hard to do though.
Yeah, it is hard.
It's very hard. But otherwise, we jump in all the time and the guy is just lazy.
Yeah.
Yeah?
And also as a woman, to give him positive feedback when he does things you really love and really like. But do it from an authentic point of view, otherwise it doesn't work.
Yes.
I really love when you do this, or oh, this was such a treat, thank you. Or,
Yes.
yeah.
And if there are any men watching this video, men need to step up.
Yes.
Men need to understand their role,
Yeah.
and they need to step up
Yeah.
to fill the void of masculinity.
Yeah, and to explore and be a little bit too much and see what is possible together. It's like awakening that energy is just expressed. I want to look up to the guy. What do I have to do? How can I be to attract that?
Yeah,
Yeah,
definitely.
that can be a really fun exploration, I tell you.
So, women, stop filling in, and men, step up.
And remember, as usual, it's not about being perfect. It's just about being awesome. So see you in the next video. Bye.
Bye.